Well, we live in a very high-cost area, so primarily, the costs that people face in their everyday expenses is probably the biggest factor in, the rise in hunger in the area. The biggest factor, the biggest thing that people are looking to pay most often is rent or mortgage. So that comes probably before everything else, and so food often is the thing that's easy for someone to cut down on, for a parent to cut out to feed their child. And sometimes that will come even after healthcare. So that's a big reason why hunger has continued to increase in the DC area, is because of the rising costs of everything, really. So a lot of it is working poor individuals who are coming to a food pantry not only for emergency food, but for supplemental food. That tends to be even, I think, probably the bigger amount of food that is distributed for folks to just kind of supplement their income.
The drag stuff. I mean, still you find in every corner of America places that overfeed us. I think what you might find is in one section you have the availability of better food that you're overeating, or in some areas of town you have bad food that people are overeating. But the crazy nature of America is there is just a staggering overabundance of food, and it's really amazing. Yeah, I mean, I run nightclubs in Washington, so I was well aware of the amount of food that was wasted from restaurants. I was anecdotally aware of how much food was being thrown away by caterers, but I really, that's where I started primarily. When I started the kitchen in 1989, our primary goal was restaurants and caterers, and in fact, I made my bones going at 2 o'clock in the morning to the back of the Smithsonian and picking up, or the Corcoran, or any of these places, picking up food from parties.
Yeah.
And it was hard physically, but when you'd show up at 2 o'clock and there'd be like literally 5 legs of lamb, mountains of asparagus and strawberries and chocolate mousse, and you realize I could take that back to the kitchen and make something that you could feed 200 people out of. It was crazy. The supply line was critical for us to figure out, to maintain. So that's when we started to do relationships with hotels and the convention center and much bigger donors of food. So the question is always going to be, where's the future supply of food coming from?
Yeah.
What food do you usually have left over?
Depending on the day, usually Friday we sold out last, so not much left over. Usually, actually it's not customer that day.
Do you guys typically sell out among your food, or do you try to cater it so that you bring just the right amount?
When we eat, and then maybe we make again here. So right away we can get some price.
Okay, so whatever leftover food you have at the end of the day, what do you guys usually do with it?
Usually for the but the other we usually keep
I've ever heard of DC Central Kitchen or other food pantries where you can bring your leftover food at the end of the day and they use it to feed the homeless. Would you guys be interested in getting information?
Maybe for top we can the other things I think.
At the end of the day, how much food do you usually have left?
Most likely, none.
None, like
I cook as I go.
Okay, so you usually, at the end of the day...
Most likely, maybe like a couple of, it can make like 2 or 3 gyros, or chicken gyros, which I give to the